Ever seen a fight so intense that it couldn't be contained to just the ring or the cage? What happens when the adrenaline surges, tempers flare, and suddenly it's not just the fighters going at it, but their entire teams? Today, we're taking a deep dive into 15 unforgettable moments in MMA and boxing where things got so out of hand that the action spilled over into full-blown brawls involving teammates and supporters in the arena. These are the fights where rivalries turned personal, and the chaos was just as thrilling as the bout itself. Number 15. Nate Diaz versus Karo Parisyan, UFC 62, August 2006. Starting off at number 15, we have Nate Diaz and Karo Parisyan. Known for his fiery personality, Diaz wasn't one to back down from a challenge, and neither was Parisyan. Their fight was intense, but it was the post-fight confrontation that had everyone talking. After the decision was announced, Diaz's team and Parisyan's corner couldn't hold back, leading to a wild brawl right in the middle of the octagon. The situation escalated so quickly that security had to intervene, creating a chaotic scene that overshadowed the fight itself. Number 14. Wanderlei Silva versus Chael Sonnen, TUF, Brazil Brawl 2014. At number 14, we have a brawl that happened outside of an official fight but was just as intense. During filming for The Ultimate Fighter Brazil, tensions between Wanderlei Silva and Chael Sonnen hit their peak. When Silva finally had enough of Sonnen's trash talk, he charged at him and the two began trading punches. Their teams immediately jumped in, turning the gym into a battleground. It was a moment that left everyone on edge and showed just how real the animosity was between these two. It wasn't just about the fight, it was about pride, and neither man was willing to back down. Number 13. Marcos Maidana vs. Adrian Broner, Boxing, December 2013. Number 13 features the clash between Marcos Maidana and Adrian Broner. Maidana's relentless pressure throughout the fight put Broner on the back foot, and when the final bell rang, the drama was far from over. As Maidana celebrated his victory, Broner's team, unhappy with the result, sparked a brawl that quickly escalated into a chaotic scene involving both camps. Punches were thrown, security rushed in, and what should have been a moment of triumph turned into a wild melee. It was an intense and unforgettable ending to a fight that already had everyone on the edge of their seats. Number 11. Riddick Bowe versus Andrew Golota, Boxing, July 1996. Number 11 brings us to one of the most infamous brawls in boxing history. The fight between Riddick Bowe and Andrew Golota was marred by controversy, with Golota repeatedly hitting Bowe with low blows. After Golota was disqualified, all hell broke loose. Bowe's corner, enraged by the repeated fouls, stormed the ring, leading to an all-out riot that spread through the arena. Chairs were thrown, punches were exchanged, and the scene quickly descended into chaos. This wasn't just a fight, it was a full-scale brawl that left a lasting mark on boxing history. Number 10. Khabib Nurmagomedov vs. Conor McGregor, UFC 229, October 2018. Number 10 is the notorious clash between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor. The lead-up was filled with trash talk, personal insults, and a level of animosity rarely seen in the UFC. After Khabib submitted Conor, instead of celebrating, he leapt over the cage, launching himself at Conor's cornerman Dylan Dennis. Suddenly, the octagon was ground zero for chaos, with Khabib's teammates clashing with McGregor inside the cage. It wasn't just a fight, it was a spectacle that left everyone in shock. Number 9. Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, Press Conference Brawl, January 2002. Number 9 takes us to a press conference that spiraled out of control. Mike Tyson, never one to shy away from confrontation, charged at Lennox Lewis during their pre-fight presser, sparking an all-out brawl that had both camps throwing punches. The scene was absolute chaos, with team members and security scrambling to separate the fighters. This infamous brawl set the tone for one of the most anticipated heavyweight title fights ever. Number 8. Nick Diaz versus Joe Riggs, Hospital Brawl, UFC 57, February 2006. At number 8, we have a brawl that went beyond the octagon, continuing at the hospital. After a grueling fight where Joe Riggs took the win, the rivalry didn't cool down. Later that night, both fighters crossed paths at the hospital, and in classic Nick Diaz fashion, the fists started flying again, a hospital brawl that became the stuff of legend. It's not often you hear about fights continuing off the mat, but this one became a notorious chapter in MMA history. Number 7. Ricardo Mayorga vs. Felix Trinidad, boxing, October 2004. Coming in at number 7 is the fiery clash between Ricardo Mayorga and Felix Trinidad. Known for his disrespectful antics, Mayorga made this bout personal long before the opening bell. But even after Trinidad secured the win, emotions ran high. Team members from both sides clashed, turning the ring into a chaotic scene of punches and shoving. It was a raw display of emotion, showing just how deep the bad blood ran between these two camps. Number 6. Floyd Mayweather vs. John Gotti III, exhibition match, June 2023. Number 6 takes us to a fight that was never supposed to be about titles or records, but it became one of the most talked about events of the year. Floyd Mayweather, the undefeated boxing legend, stepped into the ring against John Gotti III, a fighter carrying the legacy of his infamous family. What started as a typical Mayweather exhibition quickly turned into something much more volatile. Tensions were high from the beginning, and by the 6th round, the referee had seen enough. He called the fight off as trash talk and animosity boiled over. But it was what happened after the stoppage that stole the show. The fight turned into an all-out brawl, with both camps clashing in the ring, adding a chaotic chapter to Mayweather's storied career. Number 5. Larry Holmes vs. Trevor Berbick, boxing, April 1991. At number 5, we dive into one of the wildest brawls in boxing history. After their fight, bad blood between Larry Holmes and Trevor Berbick didn't just stay in the ring. Holmes famously ran across the top of a car to jump onto Berbick, sparking a street fight that had team members, security, and even bystanders trying to break it up. It's a moment that's gone down in history, showing that sometimes the real fight happens outside the ring. Number 4. Jake Shields vs. Jason Mayhem, Miller, Strikeforce Nashville, April 2010. Number 4 is one of the craziest moments in Strikeforce history. After Jake Shields defended his title, Jason Mayhem Miller stormed the cage, demanding a rematch. Shields' teammates, including the Diaz brothers, weren't having it. The cage turned into a war zone with punches flying from every direction. The broadcast had to be cut short, but the chaos inside the cage became one of the most infamous post-fight brawls in MMA history. Number 3. Paul Daley vs. Josh Koscheck, UFC 113, May 2010. At number 3, we have a post-fight brawl with lasting repercussions. After a heated fight where Josh Koscheck out-wrestled Paul Daley, the tension didn't stop when the final bell rang. Daley, frustrated and angry, sucker-punched Koscheck after the fight was over. Koscheck's team rushed in, leading to a chaotic scene that ended with Daley being banned from the UFC. It's a costly lesson in what happens when tempers get the better of you. Number 2. Roger Mayweather vs. Jeff Fenech, boxing, June 1991. Number 2 brings us to a legendary brawl from boxing. During the fight between Roger Mayweather and Jeff Fenech, things got heated inside and outside the ring. As tensions escalated, an all-out brawl broke out between the teams, with fans getting involved as well. The scene was pure chaos, taking several minutes to control. It's a shocking reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of control in the heat of battle. Number 1. Tyson Fury vs. Deontay Wilder. 2. Press conference brawl, February 2020. Finally, at number 1, we have an unforgettable brawl that took place before one of the most highly anticipated rematches in boxing. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's press conference was supposed to set the stage for their epic rematch. But what happened instead was pure chaos. Tensions were high as both fighters exchanged heated words, and when it seemed like things couldn't get any more intense, a brawl erupted. Their teams, filled with adrenaline and animosity, couldn't hold back and charged at each other. Security and officials had their hands full trying to restore order. It was a wild moment that added even more drama to an already explosive rivalry, cementing this press conference brawl as the most unforgettable team brawl in recent boxing history. And there you have it, 15 of the craziest moments where MMA and boxing fights turned into all-out team brawls. These incidents remind us that in combat sports, emotions can run high, and sometimes the fight isn't over when the bell rings. With that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell for more breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next video.